How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
More over this way. So I need to move over. I need to move her over this way a little bit. Okay, yeah, we're good.
What's happening, people? What's happening?
What's popping? Brand new whip just hopped in.
I got options.
I got options, and I got questions. First one being, is our mic levels okay? Is someone too high? Is someone too low? Let us know, because you know I hate looking back on the stream and like Badaki's way too low, or I'm way too low, or someone's too high and it's peaking. Let us know. That's super important. Shout out to the 16 people watching the stream. I mean, geez, I was about to talk about likes, but we're already at 20. You guys are absolutely incredible. If you could do us a huge favor, if you have not liked it yet, and drop a like.
You like that? You like that?
Do you?
Love you, Kurt.
That would be a huge favor. So what we're going to do is go ahead and do a Dynasty draft today. You want to be a part of it. You want to keep that pulse on Dynasty, where people's values are. Maybe you've already done your drafts. Maybe you haven't. Either way, it's going to be a good time, and we are glad to have you here with us.
That is correct.
I need to actually start a link.
You two need to start a link. I'll tell people how to join as you do that, guys. You want to be part of this mock draft. It is first come, first serve. Join our Discord in the link in the description. I'll also put it in the chat for you guys. Let's see if it actually works for me. There we go. Link should be in the description. Let us know. Sorry. All right. Let me start from the top. If you want to join mock draft, join the Discord link in the description and also now in the chat. All you have to do is go to Dynasty Mock Draft tab, and that's where we are going to be posting that link for you. All right. Once again, first come, first serve. The first people that comes in, that's where it goes. Zach just send me that link, and I can send you that link here very, very soon as
Don't
we
send
get
it yet.
Popping. Yeah, I won't send it yet.
Because I want to ask a question to everyone watching. Tell me what strategy you want me to do. Now that I've done most of my dynasty drafts, I want you to tell me, what do you want me to do? Where do you want me to draft from? And what strategy do you want me to try? Because that, to me, it gives me a purpose. It gives me a reason, you know, to try something. So let me know. And I just realized that my my camera is a little bit low. So, but anyway,
Yeah.
I want to know. So let me know exactly what you want me to do. Let me try and fix this. It's a little bit too high.
Popping.
That should be better. That's a little bit better, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want me to do something here, I'm down to. I can go anywhere. Just let me know. Or I don't have to do anything.
Futuristic from late. From where? You want me to do futuristic from where? I mean, just tell me exactly what you want, and I'll do it. What spot and what strat, and I'll do it for you. Let me go ahead and get this chat thing going as well. But actually,
Shout out to everyone in the chat.
We're gonna send out the link here soon. But can you just tell people again how to join?
Yeah, absolutely. All you have to do is join the link in the description or in the chat already. It says join Discord here. Go to Dynasty Mock Draft tab, and that's where we'll be posting that link for you. It is first come, first serve. We're only doing one mock draft tonight here on the Dynasty channel, but we appreciate each and every one of you. We're gonna be following and trying to continue to do as many mock drafts in Dynasty specifically in season, because college football starts in a couple days, guys. I don't know if you know that. Number one. Number two, we just did a running back watch list for the 2023 class that you definitely should check out, which I would also put in the chat for you guys, because there is a bunch of names of guys that we are liking, we are disliking, that we need to see a massive leap on, are skeptical on coming into this season. So here we go. I'll put that in the link up. I can't put it in the chat because I'm on the freaking wrong one. Restore chat. Here we go. I'll put it here for you guys. There we go. That is a link in the description of that YouTube video of the 23 running back rookie watch list. If you guys are into college football, let me know what your team is, who your team is, and what you're expecting them to do this year. I'm an Ole Miss fan. I am trying to be an Ole Miss fan. I've been following them really because we started this Dynasty channel last year. I told myself, if we're gonna do this, I need to follow college football. So I've been trying for years, to be honest. Too many damn teams. That's what it is.
It's a lot of teams. It is.
So many teams. It's so hard to keep up. But the reason why I chose Ole Miss is honestly because the first time we did scouting and the first time it all happened, my first player I watched in the scouting process was Elijah Moore. And it was a beautiful moment for myself and for Elijah Moore, because I mean, what a fantastic college tape. And now I said, you know what? I want to follow Ole Miss. I want to be that. I want to support that team. So they call it the wide receiver U.
Do they?
You're right. Some people call it the wide receiver U. Some people call it the wide receiver U. You know, DK Metcalf, Eli Manning went to Ole Miss, ironically enough. Now looking back at it, Elijah Moore there. Who else was there? I can't honestly. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. But I'm trying.
Tom, I hope that you accepted this trade already. Everyone's telling you to do it as well. I got Burks and Sky now on the taxi. Good job, Tom. That's awesome. He's gonna send the draft board over. Love it. Okay, let's do 11. Okay. Draft all rookies. I can't do that. Okay, 11. And you want me to do a futuristic. Okay, I'll take the 11. I'll do a
SuperFlex.
futuristic build. This is SuperFlex. Post it in here or Discord. We will post on Discord. But Daki, you can go ahead and actually post the link.
I'll send that link. Okay. I'll rock whatever what you guys want me to rock with. I'll take the 9. I'll post this link. How about what if the chat drafts for me? I know that's going to be difficult, but
yeah,
we can definitely try it. Dynasty mock. All right, guys. Once again, if you want to join this link or this mock draft, all you have to do is join our Discord. Go to Dynasty mock draft tab, and that's where I'll be posting that link. You probably see where Zach posted the YouTube link here. 3, 2, 1. Almost 800. Almost 800. Over 830 people in the Discord, which is really, really awesome.
Yeah.
DK and AJ Brown was there. Kyle said, "I watched Treadwell.
It's
My
very
old Vince
true.
experience was different." Yeah, I mean, hey, it's all new. It's all happening for me. And I'm loving the college football. I cannot wait. I love all these quarterbacks. I love all these running backs, the wide receivers. Still going through the scouting process, but a lot of talented wide receivers out there. I cannot wait. A lot of people are saying their teams here. Arizona Wildcats, Carolina out there.
South Carolina.
Yeah. Go South Carolina. Yeah.
Freak Stomper says Dynasty 12 team PPR traded away Eckler for Diggs. Yeah, I think we talked about this yesterday if I remember. But Diggs could be wide receiver 1 this year. Yeah, I think our main thought was that it's a pretty even trade for both sides.
Yeah.
Braden says I have the 109 in Dynasty SuperFlex slow draft. So far have Lamar, Russ, Higgins, London. I think you're killing it. Keep doing it. You're doing well. You definitely should not have Lamar and Russ if you start at the 9. So you've done really well. Kyle says I thought Treadwell was Dez 2.0. Not gonna lie, a lot of people liked Laquan Treadwell. Yeah, his name was very hyped up. So you're not too wrong.
I wish I was like,
yeah.
I wish I just knew like all these play. I mean, not that I don't know these players because I know who Laquan Treadwell is, but I don't like at the time I didn't know what college he came from. I didn't understand the thought process, and imagine going through every single year. It's like, damn, this guy that was nowhere near fantasy relevant is literally nothing now. It's just funny.
Yeah,
and the thought process is funny years now. Yeah, it sucks.
It happens. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start this draft. And 30 seconds on the clock. It is super flex, not tight end premium. So let's go ahead and get it. Let's get it.
Turn off this wow. Okay, here we go. TVD season. Honestly, man.
You know, by the way, sorry, I was trying to remember the name, but the name that for me is like my Laquan Treadwell would definitely be Justin Blackmon. I remember watching him.
Oh, he went to the Jags,
State,
didn't he?
And he got drafted to the Jags, and I thought he was going to be.
I remember that.
Genuinely a superstar. And then, to be honest, I think he had a real chance to be a superstar. There was more off-field issues that happened with Justin
exactly.
Blackmon, so
that's what I was gonna say. I mean, I guess the same thing, kind of like Josh Gordon. Even though you saw the glimpse of it, and then it was like off. It wasn't more like the marijuana uses where he got suspended. He was great on the field, like couldn't stop using or smoking marijuana, I guess. And it's with the NFL now, and it's just weird.
Yeah. All right, we see Jay's Cowboy going Trey Lance at the 1-6. This is how it's going to look next year. I like it. Joe Burrow at the 1-7. Then we see Jonathan Taylor and Badaki is up. That's going to make it a lot harder for me to build a futuristic team now that we don't have Trey Lance on the board. Damn, son. Put me in a hard position here. Treadwell, yeah, his injury was nasty. You're not wrong. Kyle says, I wanted him to get drafted by Dallas over Zeke and Ramsey. Yes.
Sheesh.
A lot of people loved him, and including me. Watch the Cowboys fan draft Dakota Prescott.
Watch the Cowboys.
I'm guessing
fan.
that's on like YouTube. Jason says, I'm worried Treylon is a bust. This is a repeat. This is actually a comment that's just repeated from every week of the last 3 months. Nah, it's just like, it's so early, guys. We haven't seen one game. We cannot call him a bust. We've not even seen one game yet. All right, rebuilding. One of the few pieces that I think, like, there's very few pieces that are better as far as rebuilding than Kyle Pitts. So give him to me here at the 111.
What are some of the games you're looking forward to week 1 in college football? Since we got a bunch of college football fans.
I think is it Ohio State, I think.
Week 1 college. Is it ESPN? I could probably look it up right. ESPN college football.
There's a
college football.
A huge matchup week 1. I'm trying to remember who it's against. I'm pretty sure it is Ohio State and Notre Dame. Ohio State versus Notre Dame, and that is on Sunday for us. I think that's Monday for other people, but I'm hyped for that. Okay, I'm building rebuilding team. I'm building for the future. Give me Deshaun Watson. I would genuinely do this if I was rebuilding. I don't think there's a better rebuilding trade target for quarterbacks outside of Deshaun Watson. He's way too cheap right now, and when he comes back, he's going to be considered in that top 5 for sure.
Ole Miss is playing Troy week 1, ladies and gentlemen. Just letting you know.
Treylon Burks is going to run a 10-yard route and need his inhaler.
He has asthma, boys. He has asthma.
Steven says, just watched y'all's rookie running back 23 previews. Very interested in Zach Evans now. Thank you. Watch Zach Evans go off this year and solidify himself as a second-round pick in the 2023 draft. Zach Evans is different.
Still Kyle very early. I'm interested.
How can anyone accurately judge Treylon on what he's had Willis at quarterback? And Kyle, I've been preaching this for a while. And the person that I think best illustrates what Treylon's actually done in games is someone on YouTube. His name is The Football Scout. If you type in The Football Scout, Treylon Burks, you will see some things that I have also seen that I love from Treylon so far. Trenton says Brees is a bust. Everyone's a bust and they've not played a game. Joseph says OSU versus Notre Dame. Yes, that is the one I'm looking forward to the most. Frick says I just found out Dak was really named Dakota. I went to school with a couple girls named Dakota. That checks out.
That's funny, yo.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Oregon versus Georgia. Do they play week 1? I didn't know that Oregon and Georgia
I have the list up here. Let's see. Oregon versus Georgia.
Yeah, you're right. They do. Number 11 versus number 3. That's going to be one hell of a game. What's up, Saxter? Got a Dynasty startup in 1 week. Love it. We're still here. If other Dynasty channels aren't, we're still here. I don't know what they're doing, but we are here. Love it when a Cowboy hater shows up in the chat. Freak says minimum you would accept for Cup. 12-team half PPR 1 quarterback. Is this Dynasty, Freak, or is this redraft? I think that's important to ask.
Oh shit. Gosh. I always play the hits. The Cowgirls. Dak's a girl. Yeah, you love to see it. Definitely the Cowgirls. I love that, you know, as a fantasy community, no matter where you're at, not even a fantasy community, as a football fan, if you're not a Cowboys fan, you just know that you hate the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And you love to see it.
Yeah.
And that's with the most respect possible.
Yeah. To answer your question, like, what's the minimum? The minimum I would take for Cooper Kupp. It's funny, we made a video about this recently, but I think he's being criminally overrated. Overrated. I think he's being his value is too high. And I've seen a lot of trades where people get like multiple firsts. So if I can get 2 firsts, one can be in 2023, one can be in 2024. If I'm rebuilding, I'll do that. Yep. I'm also really comfortable to do a a lateral. For example, can I get Allen Robinson in a 23 first? I would do that in a heartbeat. In almost any league that I'm in, I would do that. And I know, like, again, a lot of people aren't going to like what I'm saying, but I'm telling you exactly what I would do. Can I move Cooper Kupp for Jalen Waddle in a second? Can I move him for A.J. Brown and a second? Or, you know, these are things that I'm throwing out, but can I get, can I move him for T. Higgins in maybe a second? Again, these are all things that I am more than comfortable doing. Can I get CeeDee Lamb straight up? If so, all things I am more than willing to do.
Yeah. What's happening, Sax? I don't know if you said that. How you doing, brother? Trippy said, yeah.
Trippy says, I'm not done a mock in so long because ADP has changed so much.
I think
who are we talking about?
I don't know, but I think what we should have done, I think will be cool, which will also be very, very
Clyde,
difficult.
what are we doing?
Yeah. It will also be very difficult because I think a lot of people would mess it up. Is that, like, let's draft the way we believe, you know, next year would be. You know, like, for example, if Jalen Hurts does really take off and he's the guy, he gets a contract extension, does he go in the top 7 now? Does he go in the top 8? You know, like, or whatever the case may be. You know, Trevor Lawrence really takes off and it's like he has an amazing year. Does he go in the top 7? But that's hard to kind of gauge.
I have been doing those kind of things in Dynasty, though. That's kind of how I have been drafting, you know?
No, I understand, but, like, we can kind of do it next level to the extreme.
Right. Kyle says he's named after the Dakota dude, very girly. Freak Stomper says if his asthma was a problem, it would have been a problem. Yeah. It's not his first year playing football, y'all. He's going to be all right. Kyle says I've watched multiple Football Scout videos. He's great. Definitely love his work. J-Dub says hate the Cowboys, but the stack seemed like the move there with Dak and Lamb. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Jeremy says that's Dak's middle name. Rain is the middle name. Freak Stemper says was offered a late projected first and a mid projected first for him. So 2 firsts. 2 firsts is interesting. I think you can probably get 2 firsts for him. I would be comfortable with that if I'm rebuilding. Keep in mind, guys, Cooper Kupp is going to be 30 years old in 9 months. So I understand right now he just finished as a wide receiver 1. You have to anticipate some regression. Allen Robinson is 1 year younger. I'm not saying Allen Robinson will be the wide receiver 1 on that team, but what I'm trying to say is that I feel like Cooper Kupp is like massively overvalued right now.
I was not
What's up,
paying
Jeff?
attention. I didn't know I was on the clock. Sorry, guys.
Welcome in, Jeff. My name's Jeff.
Well, my name's Jeff.
All right, so I'm building a futuristic team, and I mean, how is Jalen Waddle on the board here?
I probably would have taken him, but I got auto picked. I didn't realize.
Right.
That's my fault.
Give me that all day. That's easy money. I regret drafting Gage in June. You know, I don't know if you're talking best ball or not, but best ball specifically, sometimes you get incredible values. The risk reward in best balls is huge. And like a lot of people actually win those tournaments in the off season, like early in the off season. You don't see a lot of people win those big tournaments in best ball closer to the season, oddly enough. It's like a lot of people win it when there's less information, which makes sense. You know, people take shots on other players and values are different.
Yeah, man. I mean, that has shot everyone's thought process of Russell Gage instantly when Julio came on the board, but we'll see if he can stay healthy. That was the biggest thing.
Give me that stack, baby. The Tua Waddle stack here. The 4-2, the 3-11. I love this team so far. Love this team. And I said it on the stream recently, but after looking at the 2023 running back class, not to say that there are 10 legit starters in this class. That's not what I'm saying. But I think that there's probably at least 5 people who could disrupt running backs and be a starter. And there's probably 5 others who will be rotational players at least. So I am not betting on many running backs early in Dynasty at all. I haven't been doing it all offseason, but even now, I feel uncomfortable to take a lot of these older players that I think could have some sort of like competition coming in here next year. So unless it's like ETN that I love, or Brees or Javonte or Swift, I'm really avoiding like the Ecklers, the Mixons, the Dalvins, the CMC. I just avoid in general.
Those guys in that second
Chubbs,
tier,
the Henrys,
the running back lives, yeah.
Saquons, Kamaras, even Akers. To be honest, just because in general, I shouldn't talk too much on that anyway. But Monty for sure. Like I'm just avoiding these running backs now entirely because that class is going to be a disruptive class. Tyler Smith is going to be a mauler in the run game. Yeah, a lot of people were surprised by that pick. Obviously, Dallas believes in him. Claire says, I was going to take Waddle, but accidentally auto-picked and had 18 in my queue. I'll live with it. Yeah, fair enough. So
yeah, that's all right.
I probably would not get Waddle here typically ever. Thanks, King. MP, Robinson made it to the 7th round. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
Monty,
crazy.
Gibson, Robinson, Cooks, AJ Dillon, Amon-Ra. Are you saying that's who's on the board right now? Give me Robinson there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Get Robinson and then see if you can get Amon-Ra on the comeback there.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a great start depending on how that team looks like. Oh, you did it on Discord actually. Let me check it out.
Freak Stomper says, I've been going wide receiver heavy early and taking dead zone RBs while trying to... Yeah. No, that's a very smart strategy, and that's the kind of thing I preach on as well. So I love it. I'm with you, brother. I am with you.
Is this a redraft league, MP? I think he said it was. Brees Hall went at the 110 in his league.
Shut up.
I swear. Travis Etienne went at the 19.
Okay, MP, I want you to actually send like a link to the draft so we can look at it here together.
On Discord, just so both
like
both of us.
how you can go to the top right here, you can hit share draft board, find the share draft board, send that link to us.
George Kittle went in the 2nd.
And I want to see
Dalton Schultz went in the 3rd. Clyde went in the 3rd. What is happening here? Josh Jacobs went 1-6. Am I reading this right?
Send the board and let's look at it once we see it. Justin says, rank these late round players, Albert O. And what's important is for you guys, especially now, like right now in the season, tell us, is your question Dynasty or redraft related? Because a lot of those questions cross over here. I'm assuming it's Dynasty, Justin. But it says, rank these late round players, Albert O, Khalil Herbert, KJ Osborne, Curtis Samuel, Laviska. Got a trade offer involving these 5 players today. Then just decline it. I mean, I don't really want any of these guys, but Alberto stands out to me amongst that list because of the unknowns. Khalil, if you need a running back, I think he could have a role there in Chicago this year. KJ's interesting because of the recent, reports, but Laviska is by far the least interesting to me of that list.
Yeah. Laviska, I don't want Curtis Samuel. Top 3 guys in this order: Albert. I'll do KJ just because he's a wide receiver, and then Khalil. So, if you want those late round guys in that order, why not? Yeah.
Steven says, I think Chubb gets pushed down every year. I'm down to take him. Fair enough. I think, I just don't want to draft Chubb in redraft this year. William, who would you draft first if there were all available to you to be your RB2? Jones, Chubb, Fournette. If this is Dynasty, give me Chubb. If it's redraft, give me Fournette.
Love that for MP. MP, I just sent you a message over there on Discord to send us that draft link so we can check it out. I'll take still believe in the Zach Wilson here. I'll take Zach Wilson.
Feels like an eternity between picks. You're not wrong, J-Dub, especially on the edges. You're definitely not wrong. Must be like 2 PPR got running backs. Yeah, must be. William says, my question is keeper, 3 keepers, and year 1 orientated. Right. Keeper, then give me Chubb then, if it's a keeper league.
MP just sent us that link, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna make my pick here. Give me Jameson Williams if I'm rebuilding.
This is a 10-man league. Oh my goodness.
Okay,
This is
10-man
very
league, that makes
interesting.
a little more sense. But let me
MP,
grab this
but
link.
like, you will be surprised what I'm looking at here.
Hold on, let me fix this. Okay. All right, let's have a look. This is MP's draft. It's a 10-man league. Wait. Oh, okay. Right,
Well,
Allen Robinson in the 5th. Okay. Wait. This is a keeper league, right? This has to be a keeper league.
Yeah. I think it is. This is why it's making sense now. Hold on. Keeper league. Send link, boys.
It's a keeper league?
And Swift keepers.
All right, by the way, I'm also going to take Chris Olave. Welcome to the squad here. Again, building around wide receivers long term is what I like to do. Man, I really wish I had this squad in a rebuild for real. Okay. So obviously it's a keeper. Someone didn't keep CeeDee Lamb or Javonte. Surely Javonte was an incredible keeper option this year. Same with ETN. Okay, this is interesting. Unless you only have like one keeper, that might make sense too. Okay, so MP, you got Fournette, Javonte, Debo, Hollywood, A-Rob. You're killing it. I want to understand why Jacobs went at the 1-6. Because I don't understand it. Tyreek, the 2-1.
I wish you can see who they kept.
Yeah, well, they would know in their leagues, but yeah, you're right.
I wish you can see who they kept so like we can gauge how like each team is building, you know, like because maybe that person that took Josh Jacobs is demolished at running back somehow.
Yeah.
And just needs somebody. I mean, I wouldn't have went Josh Jacobs. I would have went ETN or Brees.
That's what I'm saying. There's still so many good running backs on the board available to them.
Oh, you can scroll down. Okay. Oh, you can keep it. Okay. So keeper set, right? So
and is there a draft pick attached to this, or this is just who they got to keep? Who the hell is keeping Zeke over some of these other guys? Maybe they didn't have anyone on their team. So you got to keep Kupp and Swift. Oh my God, your team's about to be nasty. So you got Cooper Kupp, Debo, Hollywood, A-Rob. You've got Swift, Fournette, and Javonte. This is stupid. This is stupid. Oh, this guy got to keep Chubb and Jefferson, though. Oh, my God. This dude got to keep CMC and JT. CMC and JT. Who else does he have? Why did you go Akers? If you're keeping CMC and JT, why the hell are you drafting Akers here instead of like Tyreek or any of those wide receivers? Wow, interesting. That is an interesting draft. All right, we had Pickens go at the 6-6. I was hoping he might fall, but damn. Amon-Ra, AJ Dillon, Kelsey, Evans, Hollywood, Sutton, and Mooney off the board. Well, MP, you're doing well. You're doing well. That's what I'll say. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with the questions.
MP.
Kyle says, ended up with Aaron Jones and Mixon as my RBs in a Dynasty League last year. Still holding Mixon, but I moved on from Jones. Well done.
Yeah.
Welcome to the squad, Allen Robinson. What a day. Justin King, yeah, it's a 14-team Dynasty League with big rosters. I would be giving up Osborne and Samuel and getting the other 3. Okay, so you're giving up Osborne and Samuel. And if I remember right, you're getting Albert O, Khalil Herbert. Yeah, I would do that.
I would be okay to do that, 100%.
Yeah, I would take that deal. Grind says, shouldn't you have gone J.K. Dobbins over instead of Cooks? Is this in this draft?
Are you talking about yeah, well, I got auto picked, so I wouldn't have taken Cooks there.
Right. Dalvin
if you're
Cook?
talking to me. Yeah. So I probably would have taken Waddle, to be completely honest with you.
We are also pretty high on JK Freak Stomper.
Yeah.
T or Mixon in Dynasty. T easily
T.
for me.
Yep. Got Debo in the 10th last year.
Yeah.
Even if you went a bit earlier, that feels like an easy keep. Yeah, for sure.
100%. I'm keeping Javonte for a 3rd, Swift for a 4th, Diggs for a 5th in a keeper league. I love it. Trippy says, I feel like my draft so far is terrible. I really have no clue what I'm doing because I haven't done this in forever. I'm only thinking redrafts. So right now he's got JT. Yeah, I mean, it does look very win now focused, but that's not a terrible strategy either to get Jonathan Taylor at the 8. You got 2 quarterbacks that you can definitely win with. But you're right. I mean, this is a good strategy if you're trying to win right now. But if you're not trying to win right now, then maybe it will be good to switch it up a little bit. It depends on where you're trying to go. However, I will say, Trippy, even if you're doing win now. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, give me Kirk Cousins, but somehow Kirk Cousins went at 3-4. What is Clyde doing? I need him to tell me in the chat. What is the point of going Derek Carr at the 2-9 and Kirk Cousins at the 3-4? I want to know. I don't understand. I traded CMC away. I can't wait to show them all this. MP's like... Okay, well, let's give some proper analysis then. I'm on the clock, though. So again, I'm rebuilding here. I still don't think I want any of these running backs. I'm rebuilding. You are rebuilding right now.
You're rebuilding.
Jeez, this is hard. Oh shit. Oh no, I got auto drafted.
Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, that's not who I would have picked there at the 7. That would have had to be like a 9th round pick. But oh well. Okay, so this dude has CD, Josh Allen, Mike Evans, Judy, Hawkinson. He kept Zeke and Harris. I just wonder, like Zeke was going so high last year. I wonder where he kept him. But anyway,
yeah, I think
we actually don't have time to do the whole league. Let's be honest.
No, we don't. I wish we can look at it. Oh well.
Oh jeez, Louise. All right, can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm drafting Devonta Smith.
Oh no.
Again, rebuilding, believing long term in the talent. Can't believe Gibson went there at the 7-11. That's so annoying. Saxer says, I'm starting to really like Saquon and Aaron Jones this year. I think they can each see 70-plus targets. I like Saquon, but give me A.J. Dillon at ADP over Aaron Jones 100 times out of 100 this year. I know Badaki sees it differently. So, we're on 2 different sides there. But, yeah, I think both are going to be good. I just like A.J. Dillon better at his value.
Yeah, his value is definitely better for A.J. Dillon, but I think I would take Aaron Jones in the passing upside there, in my opinion. I think there's going to be some sort of safety blanket somehow with Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones. So I like what he does there, and I think they're both going to eat.
Yeah.
Do you want a passing upside guy, or do you want a guy that maybe might be a little bit limited on the passing upside and more like the 1-2 punch potentially? But
I don't know. I mean, Aaron Rodgers himself is saying they could both get the same amount of work in the air. So
we got to wait and see what that looks like. I'm still banking on Aaron Jones getting the majority of the workload. It might be more of a 50 split, but we don't know. If it's 50-50, then AJ Dillon is the guy to take. But it all depends on how they both finish this year.
William says, what do you think about Broncos receivers? I am very high on Sutton, but Aki's very high on Judy. So we see it differently. But to me, I think Russell Wilson, he's a big play quarterback. And I see Cortland Sutton as the big play receiver there. So in redraft leagues, I'm taking Sutton. But Judy's going to be really good as well. So I think they're both players I'm willing to draft this year.
Agreed. I like both of them. That's all that needs to be said. It's you take them and you draft them with confidence. They're Russell Wilson now, the savior.
King Henry says, are you actually high on the 2022 rookie class wide receivers, or are you just taking shots in this mock? I'm high on the ones that I've drafted. I'm high on Jameson Williams. Loved him. He was my wide receiver 1 in this class as far as talent evaluation. And Chris Olave I also love as well. I believe he was my wide receiver 3 in talent evaluation. So I am high on those specific wide receivers. Don't love like the Garrett Wilsons. I know people might see that a little bit differently. I'm not in love with Drake London. Surprisingly, Burks went really high in this draft at the 4-7. Typically, he falls to the 5 into the 5th, so I would have probably taken him there. But I'm high on those wide receivers, not the entire class, but I am high on those wide receivers. And also, like, whoever was on the board, I just preferred this year's class over them at that point.
Yeah, fair.
I can't do Keeper League. Switch mine to Sleeper and made it Dynasty.
Yeah.
Keeper Leagues are interesting because I'm like, don't you just want to do a Dynasty League? You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
What's up? Edtwancity says, would you trade
Edtwancity.
Eckler for Etienne or Dobbins? I would trade Eckler for Etienne.
I would trade it. I would trade him for either or, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So I'm happy.
If you're trying to win right now, though, you should keep Eckler over Dobbins. But if you're trying to win right now, or you're, you know, if you're winning right now, Eckler is the clear person to keep. But I would take Etienne in a heartbeat over Eckler in Dynasty. MP says, wait till the end of this draft. Everyone will be like, damn, I'm here for Dynasty, not redraft. Freak Stomper says, if it's a money Dynasty League, it's always win now, because if you win 1 year, it pays for the next few. He says, I'm in a few Keeper, 2 Dynasty. I could see why you would want to switch to Dynasty, because Keeper can be hard to keep track of.
Yeah.
Looks like they're having a back and forth there. I like Jones in a redraft, not confident about him in Dynasty. I agree. I'm just trying to keep up. William says, I have pick 23 in my Keeper League. It's ridiculous to keep Pitts there, knowing Kelsey and Andrews will be gone by then. Is it ridiculous? No, I don't think it's ridiculous.
No, not at all.
Especially in a Keeper League, there's going to be a lot less talent on the board.
You on the clock here, by the way?
Yeah, I'm on the clock here. I
Agreed.
still don't want any of the running backs, so I'll take a quarterback here.
Takes a quarterback. Yeah, I agree. Pickens might be the guy. Pickens might be the guy. Agreed. He's definitely looking crazy.
Welcome. Joseph says, I watched the Ride or Die videos, and I agree with everyone Zach chose, and nobody Badaki chose other than Cole Kmet. I'm literally fading everyone's ADP other than Kmet.
That's fair.
Yeah. Certain people do lean towards either like my takes or Badaki's takes. A lot, you know, whatever resonates with you a little bit more. I mean, some people don't like what I have to say, and like, you know, it just depends on who resonates with you a little bit more. And I think there's good value, good points on both takes for sure. But appreciate the love. Twancity says, can I send my Dynasty team to you so you can see it? So we do Dynasty team grades. We do once every week, but I don't think we're going to be able to really break it down right here live on stream for you. I'm sorry. But you can paste your Dynasty team in our Discord. There's a tab called Dynasty Team Grades. Lots of times if you ask specific questions, we got people over there on our Discord that will reply and, you know, give advice. And then we can also consider it for a video, but we can't really promise anything. You know, just want to, you know, keep in mind that we only make one video a week with those kind of like breaking down a Dynasty team, and there's hundreds of teams, hundreds in that channel, so we can't keep up.
He wants to jump
Hey,
in.
Steven,
He'll just make a donation.
thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks for the dono. Keep up the good content, guys. Appreciate you, Steven, as always. Always a huge supporter of what we do. Huge love.
Yeah, man. That's
Pickens got that dog in him.
That dog.
I love both y'all both and your takes. Love it. Huge
Appreciate you.
What's up, Robert? How you doing? Claire says, I
happening?
accidentally auto-drafted Pickett from my queue, but other than that, how am I doing for a year one punt? Okay,
Mighty
year one
Booch.
punt for the mighty Booch. Kyler, Najee, Travis, Judy, Pickett, Dylan, Gabe Davis, Schultz, and Watson. I mean, to be honest, outside of Pickett, it doesn't look like much of a year one punt. You know, a lot of these guys look like they're ready to go this year, which is not a bad.
It's not
like,
a bad. Yeah,
you still want to draft the best player on the board that's available. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying like that in a bad way, but it seems like a team very much ready to go. In this scenario, like I might actually You got Schultz there as well. Like, I might actually invest in a quarterback like Carson Wentz in the 11th round, and I might not punt year one. I might roll this team out and see what happens, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a mix. I think like you have a lot of futuristic picks here, a lot of young people, Najee Harris, Judy, Dylan, Davis is still, Watson, Stevenson, all these guys are young, even with your quarterbacks. I think you can have
future orientated,
kind of future orientated, but it's more like we're futuristic, but let's also try and win this year, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah. You know, because with this team, with this amount of young players that you want to build around, you can't necessarily like sell the farm, because then you're selling all these young players that you want to build around. Like, if I am actually doing a 1-year punt, maybe I cash in on Najee, so I'm not as good of a team. You know, if you want to go that direction, if you do want to go the direction of true 1-year punt, let's cash in on Najee. You know, get a couple firsts, or another. A first and another player, for example.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah. Like a 1-year punt. Is Gabe Davis an ideal? Anyway, like you're selecting good players. That's not what I'm saying. But Trippy says, I'm definitely winning this league with the Saints stack. The old
Michael Thomas Jameis.
MT JMO.
Oh, man.
Where do you guys go to watch film on the 2023 prospects? Whatever YouTube has to offer is where we go, Joseph. Although, to be fair, we're also going to be watching all those games this year. But if you type in, like, if you're looking for a specific player, for example, think Bijan Robinson, like the most popular one. If you type into YouTube Bijan Robinson every play, you're going to find a lot of channels out there who actually post every play, not just the highlights. And that's what's important. You don't, like, when you're scouting a player, what you don't want to do is just watch a highlight reel, because all you're going to see is good things. You need to know what they're good at and what they are bad at, and how that might translate in the NFL, or what you want to see from them this year. So YouTube is a great resource. For example, like Zach Evans, type in Zach Evans if you want to learn a little bit more about him every snap. You'll find at least 3 games. And that's kind of like a good barometer for me, at least. I like to watch at least 3 full games. I'm not going to know everything about a player, but I'm going to keep watching them this year, and at least I'll have a gauge on what they do well, what they struggle with, and how I could see them potentially develop that over the year. So do not watch highlights only. And for the love of God, if you want to watch highlights later, do it, but do not start watching highlights, because then you will think that this player is amazing. Yeah. And you'll just push aside all the things that are bad that you'll see in, full game evaluation later. I hope that makes, does that make sense what I'm trying to say? I don't know.
No, yeah, definitely agree. It's just, you got to take everything with it. I personally don't watch any highlights. What I do is that I watch the games first. Let every breakdown of the play. I do my analysis. I write down, like Zach said, you watch 3-4 games, how many games you want to watch. I try to find a game they went off, a game they did really bad in, and why they did really bad in, and in between the game, like a middle game, depending on the player. And then I write my analysis, and then I was like, then you go and watch highlights. All right, let's see it all in a group, You can do that, but don't ever watch highlights first and then do it, because it really changes your perspective of that player. So yeah.
Steven says, honestly, that Pickett pick is looking better too. Yeah, I don't think the Pickett pick is terrible there. He looks great, and probably Mitch starts, but there's a real chance Mac Jones this bitch and kicks out the Cam Newton, if you will. Kyle says, looks like they are young but not punting year one. Yes. Joseph says, redraft, half PPR, Waddle, Mike Evans, Mike Will, DK, or Deontay. Okay, half PPR is important there. I'm going Mike Williams in a half PPR format.
I'm trying to find the question. Sorry, I'm kind of lost in the chat.
You should see it on
half PPR, Waddle, Mike Will, DK, or Deontay.
Half PPR, give me Mike. Full PPR, give me Waddle. But I would go Mike in half PPR. But I am higher on Mike, I think, than you. But I don't know if you still agree with me. Maybe.
I think I would. No, I think it's actually a toss-up in half PPR. I actually like Deontay. Deontay gets a lot of work, especially in half PPR. He gets touchdowns, or
well, I feel like he gets more work in a PPR format.
Yeah, he does get more. That's what I'm thinking. Like how many touchdowns? I was trying to think on the top of my head how many touchdowns he had this year. I know Mike had.
It was around like 8 or so.
Yeah, significantly more. Yeah, give me Mike as well. Okay. But I think Deontay would be a close second.
Yeah.
For me.
All right, I'm gonna kind of try and rapid fire because there's a lot of questions here, so I might skip over some of them. Steven says I might have been wrong on Kenny Small hands. Let's see. Looks good. Robert says I'm good. Just got done selling all my B-Rob, Gibson, and Pierce shares. Accumulated about 5 to 823 first, and I think 24 first straight up for Gibson. Hey, Robert, well done. You absolutely killed it there. I'm selling all the Brian Robinson I can as well. Steven says I never understood the obsession with the hands. Yep, I can understand that as well. Freak says one of the things I love is that you guys always give opposing views, show multiple angles, make an argument for both sides of everything. And yeah, I actually like there are like, if we're being 100% real, there's of course times where Badaki and I get frustrated at each other, guys. Like this is just normal. We are passionate about our takes. He'll say something I don't agree with. I'll say something he doesn't agree with. Like this is everything that you see on camera is exactly what we do off camera. Like there's a lot of people out there who just feel this need to be proper. That's not us. Like that's just not what we do. We're going to say exactly how we feel, and hopefully it's worth watching, you know. Maybe it is. But at the end of the day, we always respect each other's opinions. Like I always respect Badaki. I know he always respects me. And we're so comfortable with the point where we hang out with each other, you know, with our friends. So like, it's not like we're just.
Sometimes I tell Zach to come see me on the block if you're really trying to square up. You feel me?
But it's not like we're just like roasting each other. We don't even like know each other, you know?
Yeah, no, it's all love all the time, every single time.
Like if we worked for a proper company, of course I couldn't roast him like I do, or he couldn't roast me like he does. Like that's different. But this is ours. We can do whatever we want. So I really appreciate this comment. This is a very kind thing to say because I think it actually really sums up how we feel about what we do. J-Dub says, I know I didn't pick him, but either way, does Zeke always go so far below Dalvin? In Dynasty, yes, Zeke goes significantly. Like I'm saying like 5 to 6 rounds lower. Claire says, I guess punt isn't the right word as opposed to trying to make a rebuild win now.
No, I'm on auto pick.
I think maybe the word you might be looking for is a hybrid a futuristic hybrid team, like a hybrid win now. Like there's not an exact word for it, but I like the strat. I like where your head is at there, Claire. Joseph says highlight reel is what made people think Malik Willis is a top 10 pick. Be careful. I mean, look, right now, all I'm going to say is like the upside is always there. I think the funny thing about Malik is like he went through this weird phases of hype and disrespect, oddly enough. Like at the beginning, he was extremely hyped up. People were like, he could go to the Lions at 1, you know, or the Lions at 2. And then eventually it got to the point after the draft where people were like, he's a backup, he'll never start. And people were telling me that drafting him in the 3rd round of rookie drafts was a mistake. So like he's been on like 2 vastly different ends of the spectrum. 100%. And now I feel like his value, after him playing well in preseason, I think his value is probably going to end up being where it needs to be. But about 2 months ago, I don't know if you guys remember on the channel, I did mention him as like a incredible trade candidate because at some point when he does get an opportunity, he has top 12 upside with what he does on the ground alone on a weekly basis. And you can easily build a game plan around what he can offer you. So, let's see it even out, hopefully. Always watch every snap for every game. Yes, that is true, Freak. Kyle says, a lot of times I will just search blank team offense versus blank team defense. Not bad idea. Robert says, giving guys knock off B-Rob to get their real B-Rob next year. Yeah. Kyle says highlights will show a guy's ceiling. It will not show who they really are. Yes, that's very true. You're not wrong.
And those plays where like he's running behind the line and why he's running into a lineman and why, like, did the defense stop him? Was that his vision? Was there an actual hole there? Same thing with the wide receivers. Like, was that play completely broken and that's why he had a massive highlight, or was it because he actually ran a route and just did the DB? Like,
hey, quickly, did you move your mic potentially recently?
Sorry, yeah, my bad. I was really close to it.
It just got hella loud.
I was super loud there. I was really into it. But yeah, my fault.
Robert says keyword highlight. Got to see the lows too. That's right, yeah. Kyle. It's fun. It's a fun thing to joke about. The real concern is that I heard was accuracy. Yeah, that was a lot of people's concerns. I like it. I do like Mike Will's boom potential. Yeah, I keep saying that.
Sorry, guys.
Mike Will is the better value this year in drafts, so give me Mike Will. I'm thinking of drafting Pacheco, but I have no idea if I should or when I would do it. You know what, William? Are you saying in Dynasty or redraft? Because if you're saying in redraft, I'll show you exactly where I drafted him. And I'm not even, like, I literally keep telling people that Pacheco is not a good prospect. But for some reason, he keeps falling in real drafts in a position where I really like for some reason. So if he falls in a certain position that you're like, look, there's no risk here in me taking him, then take him. But I've seen leagues where he goes in the 7th, and that is ridiculously way too early. 100%. Here yesterday in a redraft, I took him at the 13-7. So, like, there's literally no risk for me in this redraft league at the 13-7. Now, as far as Dynasty goes, sell on the hype as soon as you can.
Yeah, agreed.
We've seen trades on Twitter where people are getting a first-round pick somehow for Pacheco. Give me an early second. Give me a second for Pacheco, and I'll cash in every day. So,
yeah, I like Pacheco. I think in redraft he could be sneaky value, but Dynasty definitely sell him. So, yeah, Pacheco is the more as we get close to the season, the more I'm believing he's going to be the guy. And when I say the guy, he's going to be the guy like in the second half of the season where like it's like, shit, where's Clyde? Shit, where's Rojo? Like, why the hell's Pacheco's in there? You
know, the reason why I can't completely close off Pacheco is not because I believe in him at all. Because I think I really don't think he's a good prospect at all. Like, Pacheco doesn't interest me at all.
Right.
But Clyde is so bad. There was never anything good about his athletic profile.
I think it's not even Clyde though. Like,
no, that is 100% what I'm trying to say. I do not like Clyde. He's not a good athlete. He does nothing special outside of being a pass catcher. I mean, that's why Pacheco has a chance. But at the same time, like, I don't think Ronald Jones is going to get cut. A lot of people do.
Yeah,
a lot of people. What about Gore there? I mean,
well, Gore just won on the pub list. He was done. He's done.
Did he do on the pup? Okay.
He's done for the year. Actually, IR.
For the year.
I'm pretty sure. I read a report saying he's on the IR for a thumb injury.
Well, that helps.
So, like, the reason why I say this, or the reason why I'm thinking like it's not Ronald Jones, and I said this before.
I don't think it's Ronald Jones either. I just don't think it's anyone.
I don't think he fits the play style that they want to run there. And if you can get a smaller, faster guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield, like Isaiah Pacheco, and Clyde may be the first down guy, but it's not going to be sexy. And then Isaiah Pacheco is going to come in, and then he's just going to catch the ball out of the backfield and say, "Hey, I can run a 4-3." Bye. Like, I don't know. We just got to wait and see, though.
Yeah.
I'm very interested.
I don't think I want anyone, but again, it's all value based. So for me to get him in the 13th round, like, that feels, I don't have any risk drafting him there. I'm on the board here. Give me Darnell Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Trying to keep up here. Badaki stream. Corey Papi.
Corey Papi.
Willis has great potential. Just is going to be a year or two. I agree. Yep. Good on redraft dynasties where you want to keep him. If I'm not mistaken, Robert's like really high on Pacheco. Yeah. Y'all sleeping on Pacheco? I'm not selling. You're not selling for a first round pick, Robert? Come on. I mean, I know you like him.
Are you believing that he's going to be like an Andy Reid project where he's just going to be fantastic because he's there with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes? Is it one of those things, or like Or is it because are you like a Rutgers fan? Like what is it? Like well,
A first for Pacheco is nuts. Kyle says if he finishes top 15, you need to get a Pacheco jersey and wear it every day for a month.
right.
If he finishes top 15, I will hold my hands up and say I was completely wrong. Again, like I did rewatch his film a couple times and I don't get it. I know Rutgers is bad, but you're still playing versus bad competition in college. Rutgers is not in a good conference, guys. Like you have to somehow differentiate yourself as a prospect. And I know Rutgers wasn't a good college, didn't have good talent around him, but he didn't play good talent either. That's like talking about Tyler Algier last year. And like Tyler Algier as a prospect, to me, not impressive at all. But everyone's pointing to what he did. Like his stats are impressive. He put up almost 20 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, high yards per carry, or at least much higher than Pacheco. He differentiated himself. And I know BYU and Rutgers are different, but there's just, I don't know. Like it's nothing stands out to me.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta wait and see. I'm just looking at where Rutgers is at right now and who's in that division.
I agree, J-Dub. I do think Ronald Jones is talented. I think he should be used. Let's just see if that's going to happen. Joseph,
so as well.
This is like summed up beautifully. Beautifully. Every year we draft the running backs from the Chiefs too high. It's true. Pacheco is getting starting reps. People are saying he's going to be the starter. Let's see. Let's see if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Clyde can be okay. I agree. I read this earlier. I agree. Robert says Pacheco was a one-man army. Yeah, I remember you saying that a while ago, on a couple of streams ago. Next Jamal Charles. Stop. One-man army with like 2 yards per carry. Yeah. Look. I don't think anyone's talking about Big Ten defenses. I think we're talking about SEC defenses, but that's just my opinion. Big Ten, you see blowouts all the time. That's why people always question people from Ohio State, because they're like, well, they played in the Big Ten. That's pretty well thought around the community, but could just be me. I could be wrong. Claire says, baby is up. Gotta go. Good luck.
All love, Claire. Appreciate you.
I'm not saying they're a bad conference. I'm saying the talent that he faced compared to NFL talent, guys. If you're going to tell me about a running back in the Pac-12, in the Big Ten, okay, impressive. But what about a running back in the SEC? That's where you see all these 5-star, 4-star guys go. Big Ten is not a bad conference. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying relative to NFL talent. I hope that makes sense. Took a wide receiver to look for a trade if I give Godwin and Waddle. Who's a wide receiver to look to trade for? Well, don't move Waddle. Don't move Waddle.
Yeah, if you had to move somebody, definitely move Godwin.
I'm not saying the Big Ten is bad. I never said that. Okay. I'm not responding to any more Big Ten questions. I literally did not say they were bad. El Tigre says, boys, I just finished my keeper draft. I hope you did well. I could see him being Elijah Mitchell, Jason says. Let's see.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think like in redraft perspective, in Dynasty, you can sell as high as possible. I agree there. But in redraft, I think it's always he could be utilized in a way that we weren't expecting to, and he could finish, top 26, and it will be a surprise. And like if Zach has Isaiah Pacheco and he finished top 26, is buzzing about that. Like we're all buzzing about that.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely interested. Once again, I don't think Ronald Jones fits that Chiefs offense at all. Clyde can be useful, but Pacheco has the speed, and that's what they want. That's what they're missing with Tyreek gone. Even though they didn't, and they have Jet McKinnon there still, to be honest. But I think Pacheco could be sneaky. So I agree with people, and I agree with you. Like it can go both ways.
Yeah. Okay, Godwin 224 firsts. Who do I go after? Godwin and 224 firsts, Are you trying to win now? I don't understand. He's a better catcher of the football. Let's see. I feel like I've exhausted my Pacheco talk. Pittman or Waddle? In Dynasty, give me Waddle. In Redraft, give me Pittman.
Agreed.
Ohio State does put up a lot of points, admittedly. Yeah, Big Tens are typically always shootouts. Trippy says, what's with the Isaiah Pacheco hype? If he's a starting roster, or if he's a starting running back for the Chiefs, he's going to have some value. Again, I just don't like him as a prospect. So what's important here, regardless of what you think about Pacheco, regardless of what you think about my opinion or anyone else's opinion who's high on him, is value. So where does he become a value? Badaki and I were watching a live stream literally 2 weeks ago, and we saw Pacheco go in the 7th round.
Like
this is what I'm saying is that's not okay.
Yeah.
You see me yesterday take him in the 13th. That is very okay. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Value is what we need to talk about here more than anything. Where is he going? I'll do it for a 23 first, but I'm not shipping him for a 24 or any second. So you're not going to take a 24 first round pick for Isaiah Pacheco. Fair enough. Fair enough. He wears the number 10, so he has to be good.
Honestly, he has to be.
Just posted my results on the Redraft Mock Draft channel. If you're curious, send us a DM over on the Fancy Hotline, and we'd be happy to have a look over the team. The new KC10. Yes, win now, or I can get a young stud, either or. Man, the hard thing about questions like that is like, okay, I have Godwin, I have 224 first, what can I do? I mean, you can do a lot. It's just, I say a lot of times to people, this is like going to Sonic and saying how many drink combinations you guys got here. I mean, 224 first, you can probably get whatever you're looking for outside of like the Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. But I mean, you could probably go try and get CeeDee Lamb if you wanted to, get a little bit younger. Yeah, you could probably get more than CeeDee Lamb for 224 first and Godwin, but depends if the person wants to sell.
It wants to sell and wants to wait, and that's another problem. A lot of people are standoffish every single time because the season's about to start. They're not going to want to sell for 24 first right now because 23 hasn't even come up yet. I think it'll be the best time to sell. I mean, it's good to sell now, especially with Chris Godwin. I would personally take the 224 first, personally. And just if you are just going to commit and be the rebuild, then just commit it. Get the 224 first. You're chilling because I'm assuming you have older pieces on your team outside of Godwin, and maybe you can just start selling them off now and get some pieces in 2023. But it depends on what your team looks like.
Yeah, there's just a lot of options you could have, so it's hard to give you a direct answer. I hope that makes sense. Higgins or Jameson in a 24 first. Give me Higgins. I love Jameson, but he's not a sure thing just yet. Spiller or Pacheco. Oh God.
I'll take. I mean, with all the hype right now, I would definitely say I said Spiller earlier, but I'm liking what I'm hearing out of camp. I'm liking the team that he landed on. I'm liking that he's actually getting to work with the team. I'll take Pacheco.
Okay, so this is hard because never liked Spiller. But I was told I should like him.
But I was told I needed to like him.
And I don't like Pacheco, but I'm being told that I need to like him. You know, what do I do? I guess I'll go with the person who has some hype. Give me Pacheco. Boys, this draft is over. Let's analyze my redraft. Who the hell is Pacheco? I wore number 10, and trust me, I was not good. I thought about trying to trade Godwin for Deontay Johnson. I mean, that's kind of a just a lateral move, but you could try it. I mean, you're kind of just, you're not really improving or getting worse there.
Yeah, I mean, you can take one of those 24 firsts out and then get a younger guy, you know, like you can take a chance on some of these question marks. Can you get once again, it's going to be hard to sell. Like, can you get a Jerry? That's a younger guy. Can you get Chris Olave for the first? That's a younger guy. A Jameson Williams. If you want, you can get a Christian Watson. I personally wouldn't, but that's another name you can get. If you believe in Jahan Dotson, you can get a Jahan Dotson and get younger and still get a piece. It's just really up to you. Amon-Ra St. Brown if you want to do something like that, but I don't know if, once again, Rashad Bateman. So many people.
Apparently you've been frozen for like half the draft, but you're definitely not frozen on my screen.
Okay.
Like on Discord. Let me see. Oh,
I'll turn it off and turn it back on. Am I still there?
He's here.
I didn't realize
y'all gotta let us know earlier, bro. I had no idea. That's my bad.
I wasn't looking at it, but it's all good.
Anyway, look. To summarize, what I am not saying is that the Big Ten is a bad conference. What I'm trying to say is there's commonly shootouts. The SEC is where, like, the real defensive talents go. And that's just well known in college football that Big Ten is typically shootouts. What I was trying to say is relative to NFL talent, which is what Pacheco is now facing. You would hope that he would have stood out a little bit more. Now, I don't like him as a prospect, but again, what do we need to look at? Opportunity and value. So if you can get him at a good value, I was even able to draft him in the 13th round. But if you're taking him like in the 7th round, like we've seen some people, that's just too early. So that's how I would summarize that. William likes Pacheco. Antonio Gibson only projected 8 points now. Not surprising to be honest.
That's just unlucky for Gibson and Gibson owners.
William says Marquise Brown or Among Us St. Brown. Give me Hollywood.
Yeah, I'll take Hollywood as well.
Shout outs everywhere nowadays. Clown take. Yeah, you're right. Like the Clemson Georgia game, and that was totally a shootout. I'm a clown. What's up, Mayday? Welcome in.
How you feeling? How you doing?
All right, guys. We have been streaming now for 3 hours. So it's time to wrap it up. But thank you so much for hanging out with us today. If you could do us a favor, drop a like on your way out. If you're doing Dynasty drafts, good luck. And we will see you guys tomorrow. We have a real draft on our redraft channel. Again, if you do not know, we do have a redraft channel.
That's
and
right.
Tomorrow we'll be doing a real draft on that. So let me try and send this through. Okay, just got sent through. That's our redraft channel. If you want to watch a real draft with us tomorrow, we'll be live 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a little bit earlier. So we'll see you guys then. Huge love. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Huge love, y'all. Deuce, deuce.